Hello, kindergarten friends. Good morning and happy Tuesday. Today's story that I'm going to be reading for you is called Plants Can't Sit Still. And it was written by Rebecca E. Hirsch and illustrated by Mia Posada. So Rebecca is in charge of writing the words and Mia is in charge of drawing these beautiful pictures. Plants don't have feet or fins or wings, yet they can move in many ways. Look closely and you'll discover that plants can't sit still. I wonder what they mean. Plants can wiggle as seedlings start to grow. They squirm out of spring soil, unfold their leaves, and reach for the warmth and the light. So they're showing us how a plant grows here on this page. It's pretty cool. So down here, they have those little seedlings that are starting to pop up as they squirm out of the soil. And then they get a little bit bigger and their leaves begin to unfold and they reach up towards that big warm sun and their flowers start to open and it looks like we have some beautiful sunflowers here. Oh, and I even see a little bird. Wow. Plants can creep. They slither underground or crawl through tall grass, searching for the things that all plants need. So they need three things. They need water, sunshine, and room to grow. So I see some caterpillars here. I also see some strawberries. Very nice. And as they search, plants can climb a fence. Did you know that plants can climb a fence? Now, they're not going to climb a fence like you and I do with our hands and our feet, but they're stretching and they're climbing up in search of that sunlight that they need to help them grow. Or walk up a wall. Wow. Plants can hide from a hungry grasshopper or surprise a fly. Snap! So this plant here is called a Venus flytrap, and it's a really unique or special kind of plant because it stays open like this, and on the end it has what looks like sharp spikes or maybe teeth, and so my fingers are kind of those sharp spikes. And on the inside they have some hairs. It's kind of like fuzz. And what this plant does is it just sits open like this all day long and it waits for a bug or a fly to land on the inside and tickle those hairs and snaps closed. And that's how that plant, the Venus flytrap, gets something to eat, which is really unique. Not a lot of plants can open and close and eat bugs like that. So that's a really special plant. Some plants sleep at night, leaves nodding. So instead of the leaves standing up straight, they fall down to the sides at nighttime. Or flowers folding. Now this is my favorite, and this is why I love tulips so much. At nighttime, tulips fold into themselves and they sleep so snug, and then in the daytime, they open back up, which I think is the coolest thing ever. Others wake with the stars and lift their faces to the moon. Wow, these are beautiful. Plants can tumble on a breeze, whoosh, as they bounce along. Seeds sprinkle out. So right here we have a tumbleweed, and in that tumbleweed you see them most in the desert. And when the wind blows those tumbleweeds, it kind of go bouncing along the sand in the desert. And as they do that, they are dropping all of these little black seeds. Now I wonder, what do those seeds grow? What could they grow? You'll have to think about that. Plants even explode. They fling their seeds into the world to make new plants. So look at this one here. Wow. The bud of this plant is popping off, and outside of it is shooting all of those seeds all over the earth. And when seeds get scattered all over the earth in the dirt, as long as they have room to grow, the sunshine, and some water, they will be able to grow right where they were planted. A seed is a plant built for travel. Seeds can whirl like helicopters, or float on parachutes, or glide on papery wings, but they can't sit still. So there's two really familiar things here that I know that I've seen in my neighborhood, around school, maybe at a park. And these seeds here, when I was a kid, we called them helicopter seeds because it's really what they reminded us of. They spin in the wind, and they're really good at moving from one place to the other. Another thing that is really common are dandelions, and I know we've seen these yellow dandelions before, but when those dandelions grow, they turn into those white wishing flowers that you pick out of the ground and blow and make a wish. Now, you may not have known that those fluffy white flowers, all of those pieces are actually seeds. So every time that you pick up a dandelion and you blow it, you're helping to spread those seeds out all over the earth so that they can grow into those beautiful yellow dandelions. Seeds hitchhike on your sock or a fox's bushy tail. So these are things that could pick up little burrs that are kind of like spiky balls, and they have seeds on the inside. So if they attach to your socks or to a fox's tail, wherever you go and they drop off, those seeds are traveling. They take a ride inside a bear. I wonder how they get there. Let's look at what Bear is doing. I see this bush in front of him, and it's got some red little dots on it, and I'm going to say that those are probably berries. And if Bear eats those berries, the seeds that are inside are going right into his belly. So they take a ride inside of Bear. Seeds set sail, sploosh, down the river past swaying trees into the wide ocean, drifting, waiting for what all plants need: water, sunshine, and room to grow. When the seed finds a spot, the seedling squirms out. It unfolds its leaves. It reaches for the warmth and the light, and it keeps on moving because, we know this now, plants can't sit still. Now, I wonder what this plant is going to turn into, and I see a little sneaky crab down there hiding behind the seedling. All right, now I'm going to go back to this page, and I want you to take a look at the scene, the setting of this picture, and we could think about what kinds of plants that this might be. So I'm noticing the sand, I'm noticing the ocean, and I'm noticing this little crab. So I'm going to use all of those clues, and I think that we're at the beach. So I'm going to think about what plants do I find at the beach that this could be. Take a minute, think about it. Now, the first thing that comes to my mind when I think of the beach or really warm tropical places, there's a really big tree. It's super tall and it's got beautiful green leaves called a palm tree. And that is what I'm predicting that this plant is. Now, if you have a different prediction for me, that's okay. A prediction is just a good idea of what you think it could be based off of the words that we've heard and the pictures that you see. So I'd love to know what your prediction is for what this kind of plant could be. All right. Now, in the back here, they've got lots of information about the different kinds of plants that we saw. So I'm just going to tell you about the different plants that were in this book. So we saw some sunflowers. We saw a common milkweed. We saw a garden strawberry. We also saw some morning glories and English ivy. We also saw a sensitive plant, a Venus flytrap. Remember, that's the one that opens up like this and snaps closed on those flies. And then we also saw a common bean and a tulip, my favorite. We saw a moonflower. Remember, these are the flowers that are closed during the day, but they open up in the light of the moon. We saw Russian thistle, a squirting cucumber, red maple. Those are those helicopter seeds. And dandelion. Remember, those are the ones that you can blow and make a wish on. We also saw a few more, an Asian climbing gourd, a beggar ticks, and stick tight. We saw a cocklebur, raspberries, and here we go. This is the last plant that we saw on that beach page. It is a coconut palm. So that is going to turn into a palm tree really nice and tall, and at the top it is going to make coconuts. Wow, super interesting. All right. My friends, that was the story, Plants Can't Sit Still. I hope that you really enjoyed it. Now, on these pages that are giving us the glossary and some more information about the plants, if you'd like to pause the video, maybe you can have your parent or an older sibling read to you a little bit more about each of the different kinds of plants that we saw in this story. Plants Can't Sit Still. So I hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit more about plants today and the ways that they can move. And I hope that you have a fabulous Tuesday. See you later. Bye-bye.